And we're back with our special guest, Lindsay Bernal. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
So it's Hispanic Heritage Month, as we were discussing earlier with Andy. And I just wanted you to come on the show. I know you've been doing research because you did a report on it.
Right.
So just tell us a little bit about it, its origins.
Okay. Well, actually, the Hispanic Heritage Month was initially a week to begin with, and that was because Texas State's beloved alum, Lyndon Johnson, actually signed a U.S. declaration to establish that week of celebration for Hispanics, and it later became an entire month celebration 20 years later.
LBJ did a lot for Hispanics, didn't he?
He sure did.
Great.
And it's good to know that an alum that actually came here was a part of the Hispanic heritage just as much as I am, and I'm happy to be a student here too.
That's awesome. So what year, how old is it?
How old is it?
Hispanic Heritage Month.
It actually was established in 1968, so it's pretty old.
So it's been around for a while.
Right. I'm not an expert at math, but it's been a pretty long time. Yeah.
Pretty long.
Yeah.
So did you hear of any big events that they do for Hispanic Heritage Month, maybe in Texas or in the area?
Well, as far as this year is concerned, I wasn't able to find events that were going on. I know with Jessica's package, she was at that conference that they held, and Texas State really does like to express how important Hispanic Heritage Month is, especially with some students who go here, just because it is a culture and it is really like to be a part of a family.
Right.
So to have those events here for students, especially coming from the Valley or being part of that background, it's just great to have that support, to know that there are other students who understand where you're coming from and just know all about that culture itself.
And it makes you feel closer to the university, knowing that they recognize you and the month of awesomeness for Hispanics.
It is an entire month, and I'm happy to say, because there's no way I could just celebrate in 1 week, especially because, as Andy was saying, we like to party and have a good time and, buy loud the night away,
So Hispanic Heritage Month is about so much more than just being Hispanic. It's about family, cultura, siendo who we are.
Right.
I know San Antonio is very rich in culture.
Yes.
They have the Riverwalk that's just, you walk there, and even if you're not Hispanic, you feel Hispanic.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by, all the Hispanic decorations and whatnot. They did an event, and unfortunately, one of the reporters wasn't able to capture everything, but I heard they had some pretty neat things going down over there.
I know for a fact. I've been to the Riverwalk plenty of times whenever I get a chance, and the culture just spreads like wildfire. Basically, you see children running around, little white girls running around with their flowers in their hair and dancing around to the music. They don't care what background it's from or who made the music. They just the rhythm moves them, and they love it.
And that's great.
Right.
That's great that they can enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
They do something in San Antonio. Was it every Friday or every weekend they shut down the downtown area? Do you know about that?
I'm not sure. No, I don't know about that.
Well, they shut down the downtown area, and they have a Tejano band, and I don't know if that's every weekend. Anyways, I need to start going to that.
Yeah, that would be great. I think we should all check that out and maybe like plan a trip or something.
So what are you doing for Hispanic Heritage Month?
Well,
gonna be like Andy and celebrate all year?
Absolutely,
or?
Absolutely. I'm very proud to be Hispanic. I may not look it. I have very fair skin and green eyes, but it is part of who I am, and to express that is it's a great feeling. And of course, there's so many Mexican restaurants around here in the San Marcos area, and I definitely like to make my way around each of those, and you can really tell the difference between the cultures, especially just between restaurants, because the cooks come from different backgrounds, and you can tell that they put it in their food, and they really put their emotion and their feelings into their cooking.
Now, okay, I might get in trouble for saying this, and some of the restaurants are going to hate me, but there's something called Mexican food.
Yes.
There's some of the restaurants here in the area that's not authentic Mexican food. You taste it and you're like, this came from a box.
Right, and you can tell right away whenever it is fake Mexican food, because it's bland, it's dull, and you can tell that there was there wasn't any real thought put into the actual dish
There
in
wasn't
itself.
real Mexican love.
That's right, and that is a strong love, very strong.
There's some great hole-in-the-wall places. Those are the best places
They
to
are,
eat. They have
yes.
some awesome enchiladas, some chips with salsa. I think I'm going to celebrate by just going out and eating an enchilada. That makes me feel close.
That sounds delicious. I know one of my favorite dishes has to be pozole and menudo.
Pozole.
Pozole is actually a soup. Yes, it's like with it's a deep broth, almost just like menudo, but instead of using the thicker part of the cow, you're using the fresher meat. So it's actually more healthy for you, which I know is a big deal, especially among the Hispanic community in itself.
Right.
You know, taking care of yourself and trying to cut back on those tortillas, even though it's really hard. It's very hard.
We're going to have to go out sometime and eat some pozole together.
That sounds great.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you again for having me.
And teaching us a little bit about Hispanic Heritage Month and its origins. Now we're going to go over to Angie Sevilla at the news desk.